sure you turn your mics on and talk into it, because trying to go back and review that, all I hear is mumbling. Except for Mr. Graham was the only one who turned his mic on.
Thank you,
Do I get a
Judge.
star?
I'll get you a candy bar in a minute.
It's 6 o'clock. I'd like to call the park board meeting to order. Roll call.
Mike,
Here.
Tim,
Here.
Sammy,
Here.
myself. Sandy, welcome. Welcome back.
Welcome, Sandy.
Thank you. President McPherson,
Present.
Jeff Graham.
Here.
Would everyone stand for the pledge, please? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First order of business is the election of officers. Do we have any motions?
I'll make a motion she was remain president.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Vice President? Do I have,
I make a motion that Mike stay vice president.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Secretary? Would anyone like to volunteer?
I make a motion that Sandy is secretary.
Thank you. I make a motion, Lisa.
Do I have a second on either of the motions that we have on the floor? Don't everyone speak at once.
I can't second my own motion.
I'll second.
Which one, Lisa or Sandy? Tim?
Lisa.
You're gonna get it ready.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Has everyone had a chance to look over their bills? Do we have any questions or concerns over the bills?
If everybody's read the bills, I make a motion we approve them.
second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Carries. Approval of minutes. Has everyone had a chance to look over the minutes? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the December 2022 minutes, as well as the clerk treasurer's office has asked us to note on the minutes, these minutes, that there was no meeting in January.
I will second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
I need to abstain on that one. I wasn't here.
Sandy abstained, Lisa.
Got it.
Old business, bathrooms at the shelter house. Clay, you wanna tell us where we're at, or?
We're exactly where we've been all winter.
That's what I thought. Do we have any updates or
I'd like
anything?
to have some. I'll just put it that way.
Okay,
Me and Tom did talk to Joey, and he said he was gonna get started. They don't wanna wait till a complete fallout. They want it to be a little bit frozen. And this was last week, and he acted like he was gonna start anytime.
do we have any questions with the restrooms? Next item would be security cameras. They put, started on the Callaway Park, it was $8,950. The next park they'll be looking at will be Kiwanis, but we're not sure how that will be able to be done, because we don't have internet, and I had offered to put internet in our building, but I don't know if it's close enough to the park. So, we'll have to just wait and see. But we are willing to put internet in that building if it will transfer down to the parking.
Into what?
22nd Street, our building. Do we have any questions or concerns? Glass Festival and Chamber. If you like to step forward. Does everyone see their special event forms? We have one that is for June the 25th at 6 o'clock. That's for the veteran banners at the park. Do I have a motion to approve it?
I'll make a motion to approve the banner dedication.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carries. We have one for October the 24th, which is the Spooktacular. Clay, is there something you wanted to say about that one?
Yeah, I just got one request of that it be completely moved to the back of the park, because I will be starting to decorate earlier this year. And we've talked about that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what we
we
did
talked
last
about
year.
it for this year,
Yeah.
that's all, that's fine, yeah, because we talked about it earlier.
Yeah,
It's not a problem.
now, I love the event, it's a
Yeah.
great thing, all the kids and everything, it's just
That's great.
trying to get started a little earlier this year.
No problem at all.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Thank you.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. We have one, I believe we did we do the Glass Festival already? We have one for the Glass Festival. Mr. Graham, we had discussed maybe setting up an executive meeting to discuss
Probably be better to, I'm trying to think if that would be eligible for an executive
have a motion to, make a board then?
It would be better if it was an ad hoc board, not directly appointed by the park board, to be discussed informally.
What exactly does that mean, Mr. Graham?
That means that
Volunteers.
volunteers.
Not from
that-
the park
yeah,
board?
An ad hoc committee that decides to meet on its own with the park board. If it's formed directly by the vote of this board in a public meeting, then it becomes a public agency under the open door law.
So we can have 3 members of the park board on this board, and then
No,
have,
it would not be a formal entity, but it would be three members from this park board that would decide to meet on their own with members from the chamber. If you formally create something by votes.
okay, so we'll just do it upon
Yep,
ourselves.
we'll contact, and Sheila, you could lead, as a presiding officer, it would certainly be appropriate for you to lead the charge.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be the board itself that would appoint these members.
Do we have a motion to go ahead and,
I don't think we need a motion.
if we, okay it, we don't wanna go ahead and okay
You could,
it?
you
Wanna
could,
wait?
you could okay that, you could take action on that as a board.
Okay. Well, I'd make a motion, we approve the Elwood Rock resolution.
Do I have a second?
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Yours. That's it, and I'll contact you, okay?
Did you get the Easter egg hunt? Did you-
Yes, I did that first.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys okay? Or did you send me the paper? Are you sure? Did I not do these? It's okay with me. Next on the agenda would be new business, would be contracts for the sports field. We have representatives here. Mike is, one of you guys, Mike and Chris. Are you guys going to be speaking?
I plan on, yes,
Okay.
do it now. I'm Chris McCormick, I'm the new president of the Elwood Athletic Club Youth Football. Our new vice president is Gary McCray, and I'll be here tonight, he's out of state for work. First, I kind of have a silly question that I'm sure standard, but in reviewing some of our insurance and such, I'm assuming that all the buildings are owned by the city.
Yes.
So therefore, they're covered under like an umbrella, fire, and that type of stuff, as far as replacement.
Yeah, so basically, what insurance you need to cover is spectator and,
Equipment.
and player
Yeah.
insurance. And now, if you put something out there that you, is a structure that's not a city structure, then you would have to insure it. But, basically, it's just liability insurance for participants.
Yep.
And spectators.
So we have that. We also have an equipment policy that's tied to that covers our equipment. So I just wanted to confirm on the buildings themselves. Beyond that, I understand that our leases are due this year. So I've come to ask that we renew the football lease, but I think there's several of us here to talk about the Babe Ruth Field today. We got a 1-year lease on that last year because my understanding then that we thought that maybe disc golf may have wanted part of that, and they've since, we've determined they did not want anything to do with it. So, I guess basically I'm gonna start with where we started last year on it. When Steve Mays told me that he'd be willing to give that up, our original interest, and it's still our interest today, our main focus, was to create a practice facility. Mainly for our little guys, like 4, 5, and 6-year-olds. We wanted to create a compound, basically where these kids aren't crossing any roads. They're coming inside a gate, a secured area. We have restrooms on site. No one's crossing 19th Street or down the busy alley or any of that stuff like it's been done in years past. That worked great. We did that last year. We didn't do any modifications to the field because we only had the 1-year lease.
like, thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Said I didn't want to be in a meeting with you again when I got hired. Here we are.
Here we are.
So, my name's Mike Plank. I'm the new varsity baseball coach at Elwood. I've got my middle school coach, Scott Grace, and my wife, Christy Plank. We are interested in the Babe Ruth field. Like the gentleman, Mr. McCormick said, I don't know what I'm getting into. I've driven by it. I've looked at it a little bit. So there's, we need to be a little deeper in that to look at it. But the appreciation for the youth, and what was mentioned about the youth, is huge. But at the same time, we have a baseball field, and we need baseball in Elwood. My goal is to bring back high school baseball. Within that, we're going to have a middle school team this year. We probably have 15 to 18 kids coming out from middle school. We didn't have a team last year, so I think that's huge growth. What I forecast in the next 2 years is probably when these sophomores or seniors, and these, if I do my math right, I'll jack this up, 7th graders or freshmen, we're going to have 3 teams, okay? So when you have 3 teams in one baseball field at the high school and a lot of home games and no lights, we run out of places to play. So Scott also, as a middle school coach, owns Hamilton County Land and Lawn and Landscaping. So the maintenance to get it started, since we can't take Mr. Morellis with us over there to work on the field, we're not intimidated by that. The more I'm intimidated by is, like Mr. McCormick says, the lights, the roof on the press box look a little rough. So we got to understand who, what, when, and where on some things out there, and as far as maintenance goes. But as far as long-term goals out there, the sky's the limit. And talking with a few of the key players here in town, there's the talk. Well, you've got this sports complex coming. That doesn't bother me a bit. I mean, that's going to help that facility. Okay. I coached at Kokomo before. You had Championship Park. Championship Park was full all the time, so they would want to play at our middle school field. They would want to play right down the road at Taylor University, all kinds of places. So if we get that field playable, there's going to be a lot of places to play outside of the 2 fields, supposedly, of the bigger sports complex. So we're interested in it. I don't know exactly what we can accomplish tonight or what the goal is. I've never been to one of these meetings, but when the time's to sit down and do a walkthrough and come to an agreement, I think that keeping that a baseball field and building Elwood baseball is the most important thing in my mind. I hope it's the most important thing in y'all's mind as well.
So you did not go out to the field and walk the field, or?
I mean, we had snow for a few weeks, and then last week or so, my contacts are in the middle of the season with high school basketball. I really didn't want to do anything. I don't know anybody. I know Sammy here, and that's about it. I know the mayor. So outside of that, I wanted to get through this first, and then, but I am showing some interest, and I'd like to look at it deeper.
Are you interested in getting more of the travel leagues involved?
I think it's a tier system. I think the first thing is to get it playable, obviously. There's a lot of dreams out there. I think there's a lot of things that could happen. But I do think that the first thing is get it playable so we have some overflow for our high school, JV, middle school to play. This year, to coexist with travel baseball, how hard it is to coexist with Little League travel and middle school baseball is tough, okay? So we had to make sure we scheduled our high school team not to play any home games on Mondays and Wednesdays. So that way our middle school could play at the home field on Mondays and Wednesdays, and our middle school coach can coach at Harry Bridges on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? So, I mean, it's hard. There's not a lot of baseball guys. And we want to teach these kids. We want to train these kids. We want to make them have fun playing. So first step, let's make sure our school kids have a place to play. The second step, I do absolutely think, I spoke with a guy named Chris Thomas. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Chris Thomas. He's a Noblesville resident, COO for a painting company. He's also the president of Noblesville Babe Ruth. I I spoke to him today. They have a place over there called Forest Park. It's your lower level travel baseball. It's not a championship park. It's not a grand park. It's Babe Ruth baseball. Well, Noblesville, unfortunately for some kids, not everybody makes the team, right? You have 60 to 80, 90 kids come out, and 30 of them get to go home after tryouts. So they have a place to play Noblesville Babe Ruth, and that's great. That's April, I want to say he said April 17th to June 17th. Well, after June 17th, they have their championship tournament, and they turn that into a travel. They have some travel tournaments, and they have lower level teams come from Muncie, come from all over the place. I said, let's just say I inherit a baseball field, okay? Is that a good third field to partner with Forest Park for if you're having 20 teams come to these tournaments, 6-8 tournaments a year, can now we do 30 teams? You know, and I've got my concession, I've got my cut of the games. We generate some revenue to take care of my landscaping guy, to take care of fixing some lights, doing some things. However we line everything up, I don't know that answer right now. Absolutely. Can you have lunch with me on Wednesday? No problem, I'll be there. So I'm already working that angle. Are we gonna be, you know, the premier travel baseball thing? No, not until you get your facility here, if that's gonna happen, okay? Because when you get your facility here, I guarantee you, Bullpens of the world, Crossroads of the world, I can't remember the other, it's on the tip of my tongue, they're gonna want overflow. They're gonna want overflow, and if you've got a field, they're gonna wanna play on it. They're gonna wanna play on that, and they're gonna play on our high school field. So I think we keep that a baseball field, it's gonna be utilized. And it's just gonna benefit our players here in Elwood to get better. I think we won 9 games in 3 years, we gotta fix that.
What months are you thinking you're playing? How long in the season is it gonna be?
So you want the big dream? I wanna put a building over there. I wanna put a facility over there. I don't know how we do that. I don't know if there's a we in that statement or a me. If it's a me, it's probably less likely. If it's a we, I want, when we play the Lapels of the world and the other guys, they've got kids that are working baseball year-round, okay? I want kids to play football. I want kids to play basketball. Those are your best athletes, okay? But at high school baseball, just like Sammy knows with high school football, I get your kids starting in, let's say, October for 2 hours a day, 2 days a week for like 6 weeks. And then they go away and they go do something else for a little while. They go work out on their own. Where they're working out, right? Then December, I get your kids for 2 more hours a day, 2 days a week, and we sit in the classroom and we talk about mental strength training, mental toughness, right? And then we start winter workouts in a gym for 2 hours, 20 with this kids, 35 kids coming through an auxiliary gym upstairs in a high school. How good are they getting? I was at the facility with my 7-year-old doing a hitting lesson with a college level hitting coach about an hour ago. And 2 couches, 6 lanes, medicine balls everywhere, pitching machines, 2 college level pitching coaches and hitting coaches, and 4 high school kids walk in. And just got busy, you know, and that's what they did. And they had practice this morning from 5 to 7 a.m., you know, so I think a building for our kids to get better. Are they gonna use it? We gotta force that, right? We gotta have it to use it. I walk through that gym at the high school every day that I go to that high school, and I rarely see kids in there getting better, but, I think it's a plus. I think it'll draw kids. I know Madison Grant's varsity team's struggling this year. They're gonna have 11 kids on their team. They went to semi-state a handful of years ago. There's a lot of kids in the area that baseball is struggling, but my focus would be Elwood 1, and then, you know, let's bring them in. Make kids wanna come to Elwood. With the rules they have now in IHSA, maybe they'll come to Elwood, right? We're going to Cranston.
But what we cannot have, football is in August, that's what and Saturday, Sunday. We cannot have baseball playing Saturdays and interfering with football. The foul balls, overthrows at first base, that was horrible.
There's no parking anymore. We fill it
Yeah,
up.
no,
We fill it up.
But just
usually over, and I don't see us playing in August. I mean, I think if you're out there in August, you could be in a controlled environment.